Recently, Codemasters announced their latest rally game, Dirt Rally 4, which is supposedly going to combine the Dirt series arcade games with the more realistic Dirt Rally game, and hopefully amalgamate the two, uniting sim fans and arcade fans in a pit of driving ecstasy. Dirty, muddy driving ecstasy. Filthy Codemasters. But with all the features that have been announced and what we've seen so far, in this video, what I wanted to do was focus and talk a bit about a specific feature that I think is the most interesting announcement from the list of all the new things that are going to be in Dirt Rally 4. And that is the YourStage feature. For those of you that don't know, the YourStage feature is going to be a procedural track generator for Dirt Rally 4, which should hopefully cure one of the biggest problems which plagued the previous Dirt Rally, which was the game essentially had about 2 hours of driving, after which you've turned the game from Dirt Rally to Dirt Hill Climb on country roads. I thought, having looked at some of the video footage and what Codemasters have talked about with their YourStage feature, that we could maybe shine a bit of light on it from our perspective. You see, when it comes to procedural content generation in games, there's a whole host of ways that it can be approached and done, from a game literally generating stuff from a small mathematical algorithm and then expanding into a giant, almost infinitely complex system, to the game simply sticking together tiles of pre-produced content. Now, I think from what I've seen, and this is a educated, or potentially not particularly educated, standing in the corner guess, it looks like the way YourStage is going to work is that it's a tile-based procedural system. So what I think they will have probably have done is modelled, say, 1 kilometre by 1 kilometre squares, and those squares would have maybe even more than one bit of track on them, but in general they would have a start point and an end point with types of corners, maybe a bit of straight, maybe a feature in terms of the environment. But essentially what you end up with is a tile that can be put with other tiles and then arranged in different ways to produce different circuits. Now, the strength of this is that Codemasters can produce very realistic looking circuits that still have a lot of variation in them, and depending on how many tiles that they manage to produce, you can have something that doesn't get boring for the player or doesn't become obviously learnable for the player. And if you look at real-world rally driving, though each location, corner and centimetre of circuit is uniquely different, rally drivers do essentially learn certain types of corner and have a certain expectation going into each corner, so that their co-driver doesn't have to completely describe the corner in immaculate detail for them to be able to take a relatively educated guess as to how they should approach that corner based off their previous experience of how the car will take those kind of corners. Now, I almost managed to lose myself with that sentence, but the key thing to bring back is that if Codemasters manage to build these tiles, this is an assumption that they are tiles, they might not be, in which case just ignore everything in these videos, but if they manage to make these sections of circuit detailed enough, then I think this could be really, really, really super duper cup of tea just being made exciting. The replayability, the unpredictability, and the potential of being able to do that in rallies with friends in multiplayer, I think will be one of the shining standout parts of Dirt Rally 4. As we get more information about Dirt Rally 4, we will, of course, cover it and talk about it. Maybe the developer can confirm how they're going to do the YourStage part of the game, in which case, if it's different to what we said, it'd be nice for us to go over that and see what they've actually done, because I think it's fascinating how games are actually constructed, put together, and made into the magic that they are. But there you go, until the next Dirt Rally video, or indeed any video that we do on the channel, don't forget to click the subscribe button, like it, and drop some questions in the comments. What would you like to know about things? We'll stick our fingers in places and try and find out details. I will see you very soon indeed. Until that point in time, goodbye everybody.